Hello everyone, welcome to week 2 of Social Work 552. I hope all is going well and I hope that field is treating you well and everyone's getting acclimated to the course. So I wanted to just dive in and let you know you have one true assignment due this week, which is your discussion post. And so what it's asking you is to read through the CSWE competencies in Garthwaite's Chapter 3 from under your reading section. From the Garthwaite's reading, review the list of recommended words and phrases used in writing objectives and from the CSWE competencies. And what you're going to do is select 2 competencies, and for each of those 2 competencies you selected, you're going to provide at least one example of specific and measurable tasks you might use in your learning contract. Incorporate the recommended words and phrases from the Garthwaite's reading in your examples. So I wanted to kind of share just one example to get your wheels going. I know that it can be a lot of information to take in and kind of peel back, but this will actually help you prepare to write a really great learning contract that is due in week 4. So if you happen to pull up the CSWE core competencies, one that I really like is the Advanced Human Rights and Social and Economic Environmental Justice competency, and it really focuses on how we advocate for human rights, economic justice, and oppression, and everything that kind of falls under the umbrella of social, economic, and environmental justice, right? And so one thing that you could do is to set a goal to understand the social and economic barriers of the population you're serving and working with. I think that that's huge, and it may be different from placement to placement based on race, gender, sexuality, all of the isms that might play a role depending on how old the age group that you are working with, right? And so, maybe, by, let's say, for example, by June 15, to understand and to comprehend the various levels of oppression and social economic justice and injustices that exist for the substance abuse population, right? So that's an example, right? But another example that I can give you, a personal one that I've set forth for me, even in the workplace, is there's a lot of budget cuts in the state of Delaware that are going on right now, and there will be a town hall meeting on Wednesday that I would like to attend, and I plan to kind of just voice any of my concerns and questions. And that's another way to advocate for human rights and social, economic, environmental justice, because that is going to affect my kids, right? The students I work with, my biological kids, the environment, my co-workers who are educators as well. And so a lot of things that we advocate sometimes can trickle down to how they affect us as well, not just maybe the clientele that we work with, which can be really interesting. So those are some examples, but you want to make them kind of what we consider SMART goals. So they're specific, they're measurable. You can measure whether you've obtained it or not, right? You want to make sure it's attainable, so you want to make it realistic. It's something that you can absolutely achieve. And then you also want to kind of give it a time stamp on it, so then that way you are setting goals that you're always working towards, as opposed to necessarily writing things as ongoing, as some goals are just always kind of ongoing and that you're working on them. But you want to make them as specific as possible so that you can see that you've actually achieved them. So I hope that's helpful. So that's your assignment due this week. It's due, your initial post is due this Thursday by 11:59. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have, excuse me, I just want to make sure I have this right, a follow-up post by this Sunday by 11:59. So you're going to use the discussion forum directions of grading to construct your initial post in response to your peers. So that's what you want to make sure you do, is that the other part of it is to respond to your peers by Sunday by 11:59. So that's your first assignment, just your assignment for this week. And then I will have some friendly reminders below. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to me, and I look forward to talking with you all soon. All right, bye. Have a great week.